So we get things underway. Opening bounce going up strongly there was Rutherford. First hands on the ball to Mendy. Couldn't extract it by hand. It's taken out of there by Beecroft. Goes down towards a little one-on-one. Slight nudge there from Hatherley. Feeds the hand pass back. They've got a little bit of room here at about 60. Chipping ball inside is cut off by Rutley. 25 metres out from the goal he's defending. Options on the halfback flank. Slightly risky kick. Barclay couldn't take the mark. It comes back towards Brown, who gives it off quickly. Long left foot ball to the goal square, getting back Murray, who we saw do that quite a bit last time out against Warriellic, intercepting. And there's a bit of an influence of the breeze there as that kick drifts out of bounds on the full. On the way out, Banks in possession. A couple of kicks from goal. Sets it up. A couple of their forwards to get a run at it. Almost got in each other's way there. It's kept alive. Hurried snap towards goal. Bounces in the square there from Brown. Stays alive. Mendy will gather the bouncing ball under a bit of pressure. Launch the kick wide, and that's probably going to go close to the line. Just touched off hands for a throw-in. Underneath the scoreboard, a minute and a half in. Here for Healesville Greyhounds, all that action as well for Pettis suspension and brakes. So Jones going up in the ruck there against Rutherford. Another clearance here to Beecroft. Had a couple of those early, good kick inside 50. Hines Heaven on the lead. Tough kick. We are seeing the breeze push the ball across towards our broadcast position, so to aim that probably just inside the left behind post really and draw it across. Wrong side for a left footer. Kicks it beautifully and gets there first on the board. 1 straight 6. Spiked forward, coming out and meeting it is Senior. Pokes the ball forward. Switching kick out towards our broadcast wing. Important one-on-one there and a big win. Spearing kick forward, no mark taken, but he's got plenty of time there, Wentworth. Slipped as he kicked. And even again, Brown slides the hand pass up. Beecroft been busy early, just gets the kick away, not in time. Long ball out towards the halfback flank. Ball mark spilt. Running through there is Warren. Gets the hand pass over the top. They'll go down the line. Working into some space there is Rouse, who's got it just inside the boundary. 65 from goal. Cut off by Beecroft again, who's had probably half a dozen touches in the early stages of the game. Not a great kick out. Cut off in a similar spot to where Rouse had it a few moments ago. 4 minutes in. Called to play on. Sets it up to about 35. No one within about 20 metres of that. Easy pickings for Monbulk in defence. A kick to a 1-on-2, but it's reasonably well weighted kick. Even or gather. Step back inside. Clever snap. Trapping the bouncing ball, caught immediately in a tackle. It was Burley. Good pressure there from Brown. It's knocked down. Van Wright was there. Kick smothered, well played. It goes over for a throw-in. Work towards centre half forward. Spencer. Under pressure. Held without the ball, said the umpire. Yes. Tackle just lingering a little bit too long. And a certainty of it now, as you'll be advanced down to the top of the square. Protesting is very rarely going to get the desired result. Right from the top of the square, about 10 metres out, drives it through for their second. Left foot snap. Mark not taken, but they've got time to gather it under pressure there. Barclay, 18 goals on the season for him. It's worked forward. A chance for Senior on the half-back flank. Left foot kick had to be precise, getting a hand on it. Beecroft, who's been everywhere in the early part of the game. Got a runner in the middle of the ground. Crosses the centre circle. Goes down towards Evan, who's got it once again. He's had a few touches early and kicked the opening goal of the game. Couple of handballs in that passage. Chipping ball to a dangerous position, and they find Hewson in the pocket, who can line up for their third. So they're set shot kicking from that pocket earlier. No real problems with that one, and this a similar result. 3 on the board. 18 play zip in the early stages of this game. Fast start, and once again, Healesville find themselves getting jumped in the opening term. Conceded the first 7 in their last game. Conceded the first 3 in this one. So whatever the planning was around the slow starts hasn't been effective to this point. Can they get something happening in the middle? Plosser worked hard for them last time out to get them going. He's gone into the ruck. Wirtz gets in the way. Chipping ball finds a target. They've got some room to move out here. Placing the kick out to the path of a couple of teammates here, but the boundary line will win out. Healesville want to lock this ball in their forward zone. Hewson, already a goal kicker, out towards Brown. Close to the boundary line, just outside 50. One arm pinned, perfect tackle, but no prior. Under pressure, squeezing the kick out of there was the goal kicker. Murray got in his teammates' way. They work it out. Plosser standing underneath it, couldn't take the mark. Pinched out of there by Bradley. Kicks it very high in the air. Might have only just gone the required distance. Difficult one to mark. Rouse was there. Quick kick forward there from Munn. And it's turned over here. Savoury has it. Goes into the middle of the grounds. Finds Wentworth, turns onto his right. Kick's got the carry to get through towards Beecroft, who's dominating the first quarter here. Going back and taking his time. Sets it up to the top of the square. Even got front position, couldn't take the mark. They've Kept their feet down there. Wentworth spun a long time. Umpire said too long. So a free kick in their defensive goal square. Ebbels finds Van Reet over the top, turned over on the way out, cut off by Spencer, who's got it in front of his own side's interchange bench. A couple of options in the corridor, wobbly kick to the top of the square, and it will start again. Ebbels where he was a moment ago. Not a great kick. Amarant gets the hand pass off. That kick had to be precise. Down in the Rouse direction. Another opportunity here for Monbulk. Good work by Mendy, getting in the road and intercepting. And that'll be a relayed free kick down towards Warren. There'll be a little bit of angst after that. It's actually been reversed and advanced inside 50, so it was initially looked like it down the ground. The resulting tussle and what should have been their ball on the wing is going to be a shot at goal. Veet has it here about 40 to 45 metres out. Crosses 50. Almost slipped as he kicked, pulled it into the corridor instead. Mendy slides it wide, finds Munn. And they'll start again out towards the wing. And a boundary throw in, not a bad result, all things considered. Close to the boundary, stays in play. Mendy accelerates away. Wobbles a nice kick to the wing. Taking the mark there was Warren. Turns quickly and hits it up to a dangerous position. Mark spilt there by Rouse. Got time to gather, snap towards goal and gets it home. Good recovery, just missing the post. And they get their first on the board. 1 straight 6 place, 3 straight 18. Badly needed goal in the context of the game for them. Heaven out wide, finds Thornton. Finding a player in space. That player is Hatherley, who kicks into the player on the mark in front of him there in Murphy. Ball tossed back in. Can they settle into the contest now after getting that first goal? Bradley running into a tackle. At the back, Barclay. Good mark taken, pushing across there from Shepherd. The body in the road. Down the line kick, caught behind his opponent there was Banks, but it's worked out all right for them. They go inside 50, mark taken low to the ground there by Hatherley in the fingertips. Kicks from about 48 metres. And savage hook on that and out of bounds on the full. You can certainly hear the wind through the effects. So there is going to be some wayward kicking at various stages. Ball in the hands here of Van Riet. Sends a kick long, holds up a little bit. Climbing high there was Rouse. Hatherley again. Was that on the full, or perhaps umpire deeming that it was up closer to the knee mark rather than a kick? So it'll be just a throw in. Plozza got rid of his opponent, then tried to guide the tap down. Wentworth weaves his way through. Well controlled. It comes out here towards Banks. Keeps it in play. Just gets boot to ball. Has another crack at it. Bouncing it closer down towards the line. Houston keeps it in play. Charges towards goal. But runs into traffic and is penalised. Van Riet gets the hand pass off to Bradley. It goes to Sikorsky, who marks it in the back pocket. Chip it further afield. Ebbels. Down the line, finding a player in a bit of space. Kick just hung in the air a little while. Warren at the back, who's been a goal kicker for them. He kicked all 5 of their goals a few weeks ago. A 30-point defeat. He kicked 5 goals, 2 out of 5 goals, 5 that day. Front position, Rutherford winning that tap down, but it's now off the boot and over the line and out on the full. So Healesville settling into the contest a little bit, still 12 points down, but getting a bit more of the football. This one in the hands of Rutherford for Monbulk. Kicks close to the boundary line. Hatherley there. Off hands over for a throw-in. Rutherford again. The tap, there was a hold there, or in fact kicking in danger from the non-controlling umpire in the middle of the ground. So free kick to Ebbels, go to Van Riet, but not a particularly tidy hand pass. Senior gets a handball in there as well. Another turnover as it hung in the air, and Veet takes it just backwards of the scoreboard at the 18-minute mark of the term. Wentworth. Spearing kicks a beauty. Hatherley out on the long lead, takes the mark. Slightly too far out to score, so finds a target inside 50. Burley has it. Man on the mark about 45 from home. All 3 goals have come from set shots from them so far. On the approach, kicks from a step inside 50, good strike. And they're making all of these count now. 4 straight 24, plays 1 straight 6, 18-point advantage. And they cancel out that goal from Rouse a few moments ago. Gold Coast 33 points to the good of Brisbane at half-time at People First Stadium on the Gold Coast. Quick snap, centre half forward here for Monbulk. It hits the deck. They shovel the hand pass up to attacking 50. Murphy got in the way out to Ebbels. Kick was good. Nice mark taken by Warren, who had to change direction and put the Dukes out to his right. Chipping ball down the line, a little bit awkward there from Bates, and the turnover brings Monbulk back into the equation. Open forward line, but no one to kick to. It's going to come down to the bounce. In the pocket, important one-on-one there. Good strength from Senior to sweep the hand pass over the top to Dobbin. Dobbin finds a teammate. Curling left foot kick. It's going to be another turnover. They're just picking them off for fun down there. Savoury chips it in short. Down towards attacking 50, it gets over the back. Smith keeps it in front of himself. Picked it up, could have gone off the ground. Be a touch fortunate once he opted to take possession. Held to him and we'll have another bounce. Close to the boundary, a little bit of volleyball played between a couple of them there. Thornton, good second effort there after being shepherded on the way through. Held up and we'll have another bounce. In fact, the free kick, somewhat fortunate. Looked like he was making the play in that instance. Dobbin, awkward kick. Couple of Monbulk players getting the road there. It's swept out towards Barclay, accelerates away. Gets the hand pass clear. Almost a high fend off there. Trying to extract it there was Bradley, had one arm pinned and a little bit lucky. Looked like the perfect tackle. Going up was even in the ruck there. Healesville working it towards attacking 50. Spencer with the hurling high kick, senior, good mark. Attacked it all the way. Protected the ball and took a nice grab. Sets the kick up, close to the line. Well marked. Lind has it 60 out from the goal he's defending. Up against the boundary. Goes a little bit more central. High flyers, no one can take the mark. Trying to flash through there was Rake, couldn't escape. Brought to ground and we'll have a bounce. 23 minutes first term. Better suspension and break scoreboard. So even floats the left foot kick towards attacking 50 off hands and a throw in where the 50 meets the boundary. 4 straight, plays 1 straight, 18-point game. Taken out of the ruck, quick snap from Rutherford towards the top of the square. Smith kept his feet, good pressure though from Daly. Happy to see that over. There's a hold in the ruck and the free kick will go Healesville's way. They'll move it on quickly. Got an option in Rutley in the back pocket. Goes short, that's probably not the required, but the umpire giving it the all clear. Looked like it went 8 or 9 metres. Mendy moves it on quickly. Quick hand pass out of there by Griffiths. It's cut off by Warren. Goes back to him. Gets up in the tackle. Good second effort, and we'll have a bounce. Quick snap as Monbulk go inside 50 again in the latter stages of the quarter. Not a great bounce, but able to pick the pocket there was Hatherley. Should be able to go into an open goal. Gave the hand pass off to his ruckman in Rutherford. Rutherford had the option to either give it back or take it upon himself, and he kicked the goal. Clever snap, and that's 5 on the board for the home side. He'll lead it by 24 points, 5 straight 30 to 1 straight 6. Good second effort, both of those players. 5.5 minutes into the term, sitting in a good position. Make sure to check out Aidan and Steph on the Outer Eastern Football Netball League show on the league's Facebook page every Friday. You head to the local footy hub to watch all the replays and live streams from this competition through both divisions. Can Healesville generate something before the end of the term? Rutley was immediately tackled upon taking possession. Bit of holding in there, so it'll be a Healesville free kick late in the first term. And that will be all she wrote at quarter time. 5 straight 30 Monbulk, Healesville 1 straight 6. Goals to Hewson, Heaven, Burley, also to Rutherford and Rake, the goal scorers for Monbulk, and Rouse has the goal which came against the flow midway through that term for Healesville. 5 straight 30 plays, 1 straight 6 at the first change. And a big thank you to our game day sponsors, Healesville Greyhounds, Petter Suspension and Brakes, Rochford Winery, Project Gap, MS Security, SSA Sports, and the team at Bendigo Bank. And a reminder, of course, you can head to Ready Recovery. Play hard, recover harder. Use the code LOCALFootyHub15 at your checkout for 15% off. 24-point lead to Monbulk, looking to jump above Healesville into the 4. We'll take a break. Big second quarter not far away. Healesville slow starters a couple of weeks ago against Warri Alex, 7-3-45 to no score at quarter time that day. And they find themselves 4 goals down again here. So, unfortunately for them, a bit of a repeat of the lack of intensity from that hit out. They lost that one to the side that was 3rd. Today they play the side that's 5th. So, potentially a couple of costly losses to their main finals rivals. One that could cost them a spot in the 4 with a month to play if this game doesn't go to script for them. Secondary bounce in the middle to start this second term. Healesville attacking down to the right of your stream. Monbulk up towards the main entrance. One of the goal scorers, Rutherford, from that first term, winning the tap. Rutley trying to extract it. First meaningful clearance goes the way of Healesville, but turned over straight away. Good pressure, though, Warren. His hands were good. Sharing with a teammate. Had a couple of handball options and then just blazed away. And well and truly out of bounds on the full. So a couple of those options to give might have been the best way to go. Dornard Pengelly goes down the line. It's 2-on-2, front and centre to Rutley. High ball. Warren, great bit of roving front and centre. Bounce of the ball is going to be an awkward one there. Plaza brought to ground. Monbulk win it back. Wobbly kick into the middle of the ground. Tunnel balls through several. Healesville at the back will flick the hand pass out in the senior direction. Coming out at it hard, though, was Lind. Important ball to be won at ground level. Clever little knock on into space. Hand pass wasn't great though. Amarant was the target. Mende goes in and picks it up for his team. Stays upright. Now kicks down the line. Rouse, their goal scorer, trying to mark that one on the chest under pressure. And it's knocked over for a throw in. 55 metres around from the Healesville goal, who need to string a couple together. Win the quarter, stay in touch at half-time. Monbulk would feel that they could put the game to bed if they have a strong 10 or 15 minutes here and open up a 6 or 7 goal margin. Healesville with an opportunity, the man on the mark basically on 50 Trying to find a target there, not a great kick. Shepherd gets in the road. They've taken plenty of intercept marks today. That's a high floating, not too pretty kick. So the opposite flank, Ebbels, moved it on quickly trying to find Warren. He missed the target as well. Griffith sends it out on the bounce. Rake will gather, sweeps the hand pass over the top. Quickly they've moved it beyond halfway. Didn't get a particularly kind bounce though, which just held them up. Umpire gave them a lot of time and calls for a bounce. Hand pass back to Shepherd. Wobbly kick inside 50. Mark not taken, which creates a bit of a problem for them. Wentworth brought to ground. And that's good pressure. And a little bit of ill discipline there from Wentworth as that'll get advanced down the ground. Daly. Tumbling left foot kick. In the middle of the ground, the hand pass over the top. Stepping through there was Munn, brought to ground. And no prior. Quick kick over the head there from Rutherford. Squeezing the hand pass out Sikorsky. Healesville back towards attacking 50. Trying to punch that one forward was Rouse. As far as Veet. Mende been a solid player through the first quarter and a bit. High ball up towards attacking 50. Barclay trying to trap it at ground level. Warren, I think he's probably sucked them in there through the head back. Made it perhaps seem a little worse than it was. Warren, he's been a good player, milestone game for him. Will line up from just inside 50. Pushes the kick across the face. That's the first behind of the game. 117 plays 5 straight 30. 5 minutes second term. Petter's suspension and break scoreboard. High kick out to the halfback flank. Contact there on Rutley in that marking contest, and we'll have a throw in 70 metres around from Healesville's goal. Need to kick the first, probably the first couple of the quarter. Awkward bouncing ball. Burley, who's been a goal kicker, goes towards Beecroft, who started the game really well. Rake did well, just body lined the ball, had an option in the pocket. They can play on. Hadley opens up the angle and kicks the goal. Set up one in the first quarter, kicks one now in the second. Important from Josh Rake there on the half-forward flank to win that key ball. Just wanted it a bit more than the players around him. Cleared a passage through, found a teammate in space. And Monbulk, in a lot of ways, against the flow through the first few minutes of the second quarter, get the first goal. 6 straight 36 to 117. Rutherford in the middle there. Banks couldn't extract it, and we'll have another bounce. Important one-on-one down there again. And we'll have another bounce. Just Monbulk's attacking side of the centre circle. Rutherford gained some metres. Rutley was in the road. Healesville with possession forward. Use of the body was good there from Millard Pengilly. Good work there from Brown steps through, neat kick to forward. Rake goes over the top, back to Brown, can run through 50, shoot towards goal and miss to the left. 30-point margin, 6-1 plays 1-1. Van Rieck goes towards Senior, who takes the mark. Short to his team's interchange bench. They've got it 45 from the goal they're defending, hugging the boundary line, and the mark spilt off hands and a throw in. So Monbulk can reload again, potentially here, just outside 50. Bates taking a turn in the ruck for Healesville. Neither ruckman can impact that as it drifts over the top. Stepping through well is Wentworth, curls it back towards the top of the square. Got a couple of targets down there. They've got the numbers here, Monbulk. Hatherley hits it out towards Haven, who goes with the left foot to the top of the square, sliding in and they take the mark. They had a couple of options. Brown, the one who called the others out. He missed a shot on the run about a minute ago. Should kick this one for about 15 metres. So looking for their 7th and their 2nd of the term. Puts it through. 7th individual goal scorer too. 7-1-43, plays 1-1-7, 9 minutes first term. So back in the middle, Healesville desperately needing some sort of momentum. No one can get this one out for the moment. It's taken by Barclay. Feeds the hand pass towards Dobbin, who's stripped of it. Going after it, Rosetto brought to ground in a tackle. And we'll have another bounce. Bit of a hold, free kick to Healesville, which gives them a little bit of relief against the Tide. 10.5 minutes in this term. A long ball towards half forward. It's like a tiny little clip over the shoulder. Sikorsky steps through well. Floating left foot kick doesn't get over the top of hands. Griffiths was in the road. Comes out towards Burley, now into the middle of the ground. Good use. Rutherford takes the mark. Sets it up to half forward. Punched over the boundary line for a throw in. Bates, or Senior rather, goes looking for Kyan Barkley. Munn gets the hand pass off. They'll wobble it forward. Rouse got a finger to it, couldn't take the mark, recovers well. Hand pass inboard there, looking for Rosetto. Just the numbers winning out again here for Monbulk, tumbling it up towards the wing. Rake with strength. Such a good game. Wentworth. Dobbins in there. It comes out again towards Brown. Brown's hand pass to Griffiths. Not 15, says the umpire. Even gets the hand pass through. One-on-ones. Hatherley, the target inside 50, takes the mark. Having a nice game. And could become their first multiple goal scorer if he can convert from here. So behind the kick here from 45. Hooks it out to the right. It's going to stay in play and they're going to mark it at the top of the square. So it's going to end up being a goal assist most likely. As I'll have the shot here from point blank range, 20 metres out. Beecroft who got them going with a flyer in the first term. Add his name to the goal kickers list. Kick their 8th and be their 8th goal kicker at the same time. Directly in front, through it goes for another one. So Monbulk looking for 3 wins in a row, looking for 4 wins in their last 5, and looking to enter the top 4 for the first time since the very early stages of the year, at the expense of Healesville, and perhaps timing their run to be the side that does nab that spot. 42 points up. And a bit of deja vu for Healesville out of their last encounter. Barclay just overrunning it. Has to turn tackler and brings it to ground. Bates gave it down towards Frazzetto. Left foot snap. Out to space. Brown breaks the tackle. Trying to win the ball back on the far side. It's over for a throw-in. 14 and a half minutes second term. 3-1 to 1 behind in this quarter. As the margin extends from 24 out to 42. Floating kick down towards the pocket. Ball stays alive. Good strength in defence on that occasion. Awkward kick out. Asked a bit there of Ebbels. Lost his footing for the moment. Second effort was okay. But the umpire looks like he's going to penalise him for what he is. It felt a little bit harsh given he was making the play against a couple, but did dive on it to the letter of the law, I guess. And the free kick here to Thornton in the pocket. So this to make it 9 from 9 different players. Not an easy kick, but they have been kicking well for goal. And that's another one. Nine 155 plays 117. 48 points. In what is very quickly turning into a nightmare. .48 game, 4 goals to zip in this quarter, 5-1 in the first. Even taking a turn in the ruck, Frazzetto immediately caught, brought to ground and will have a bounce. Even extracts it, gets the clearance himself, bounces it down to a dangerous position. Chance off the outside of the boot. That is a tremendous goal from Thornton, who kicks 2 in a row. Lovely banana on the run on the outside of the right. Chance to be awarded goal of the day there for Project Gap. Probably the best one we've seen so far in the contest. They can do no wrong here. 10-1 plays 1-1. A lot of hands on hips and heads down amongst the Healesville playing stocks. It's been a nightmare. 14 days since their last start. They would have done a fair bit of soul searching out of that, and so far it hasn't found any answers just yet. Jones wins it out of the ruck, trying to get things happening. Floating kick forward. Barclay tracking after it, and it's over for a throw-in. Thornton just kicked the last two. Goes to the banana again this time. Keeps it in play. And it's knocked over for a throw-in. Goes through the fingers. Player coming through in Ebbels. And we'll have a bounce. Nice clearance there, under a bit of pressure from Bradley. Proceeds Monbulk's way, Warren to Van Wright, back to Warren, breaks the tackle, cuts up the middle of the ground, just bombs it forward. They need a half-decent bounce here. Might work out for them. Barclay quickly onto the boot, didn't have time to steady and put it out of bounds on the full. Shepherd underneath it. Couldn't quite haul in the mark. Will get the free kick. Shepherd pulls the kick. Mark not quite hauled in. Rutherford to rate good hands. Give through. Go over for another throw-in. 20 minutes second term here for Healesville Greyhounds. Petter's suspension and break scoreboard. Project Gap. MSS Security, Bendigo Bank. And of course Rochford Winery. Major sponsors. Head to the local footy hub for replays. Post-game interviews, Outer Eastern Football Netball League show as well, available on Fridays via Facebook. Kick smothered, taken there by Rakers at a very good game. Good give as they share it around nicely. Spencer moving toward Pengelly, gets a little 1-2. Bouncing it across defensive 50. Going in after it again, Barclay, nice win there to Van Wright. Quick kick forward. They've got the height advantage and front position. Unable to take the mark though was Munn. And it's worked across, but they've got plenty of space in this pocket. Bounce did them no favours though, and rolls on and over for a throw-in. They were away if that sat. And the umpire must have paid insufficient intent somehow for that, which was interesting. Ebbels goes to the top of the square and drops it well short. Shepherd takes the mark. It's kept alive by Bradley. Just needs some support. Van Wright provides it. As we get a little bit of drizzle here. Quick snap down towards the wing position. Important ball to be won here. Murray. That was a good give. It comes through here towards Amarant. They'll straighten up long towards the top of the square. It'll bounce on and over for a throw-in. Monbulk pointing to the one over here and suggesting it, but that was a shot at goal, it's fair to say. 22 and a half minutes second term, probably 4 minutes or so left in the term. Amaranth breaks one tackle. And once he didn't break the second, you thought that was either too high or holding the ball, one or the other. Umpire's called for a bounce. Plolzer trying to win that down, then lays a big tackle, throwing his weight around, trying to get his side back into the contest. It's a long road back though. Quick left foot kick out. It's going to come back in. Senior kept it in front of himself. Frassetto trying to squeeze out a hand pass. Going up there was Jones. Amaranth brought to ground, and we'll have another stoppage here. Even in there, stands tall, wrapped up again, and we'll bounce it for the third time in this passage. Jones trying to tap it down. Mende gets the clearance, bounces it forward. Slight opportunity for Barclay in the pocket. Working it over the line though, Veet, and we'll have a throw in. Lovely roving there from Warren again. Just didn't have the support, just got the hand pass away. Either needed a little bit more space or a runner coming past. Burley trying to get it out of there. It stays inside 50. Eventually it's picked up by Hewson. Hatherley will gather inside the field of play. Got options streaking forward here. Burley marks just outside 50. Will curl it around. Thornton might get a third here if it sits for him. It doesn't. Still in the contest though. Healesville do well to dodge that bullet from the moment, and Daly takes the mark. Out to Mendes, got room to move. Go for a bit of a stroll down the wing, drive it to half forward. Good kick, good mark. Taken here by Bradley. And that's good vision, sees the option. Can they get the kick there in time? Enrique goes up, gets hand to it, can't take the mark. Now Burley in the opposite back pocket. He was on the half-forward flank a moment ago. That kick ill-directed, and Warren will get another shot at goal. He missed one from basically this exact spot about 10 minutes ago. First quarter, Monbulk kicked about 4 from here. Goalless in the second term so far. Maybe the final score of the term as we tick towards 26 minutes, and that's a carbon copy out to the right. Second behind for Warren, second behind for his side. 1-2-8 plays 10-1, 61, 26 minutes in the second term. Shepherd, good kick, finds Savoury. Good spoil at the back there from Murray. And the umpire's paid the throw for the little tunnelling. They play on and set it up to the edge of 50 where it's turned over again. Griffiths takes it. And that will be the final act of this, the second term. 5 goals, 1 to 2 behinds in that term. As Monbulk stretched their dominance. It was a 24-point lead at quarter time. It's 53 at the half. 61 playing 8 goals to Thornton, who's got 2. Hewson, Beecroft, Heaven, Brown, Burley, Rutherford, Hatherley and Rake. And for Healesville, Rouse, their goal scorer, which came midway through the opening term. It's been a dirty afternoon for the visitors, but the home side, for the moment, looking likely to step inside the top 4 and pretty hard to stop on their quest to be there. Percentage is pretty healthy, and that's going to get a bit of a boost here as well, you would think, barring some sort of a miracle in the second half. It's been all Monbulk, and at the main change, that is reflected very much on the scoreboard with a 53-point advantage. We'll take a break and be back with plenty more with the home side 10-1-61 to Healesville 128. So back in the middle, Rutherford gets the first tap down. Little dinky ball out towards Rutley as Healesville go towards attacking 50 to start the second half. Unable to extract it, there was Barclay. Mende out to Van Wright, kicks it very high in the air. Amarant caught out of position as Thornton punches it over towards the line and eventually over the boundary line. So still about 55 around from their goal, about a minute in the third term. We'll give you some around the ground scores in a moment. Van Wright snaps that very high to about 30 from goal. Mark well controlled there from Savoury. Sends the left foot kick out to the half-back flank, close to the boundary, and I'll happily see that trickle over. Looking at the scores across the Div 1 matches, and then we'll look at the other match in this, the Premier Division. Free kick will go the way of Healesville, starting with a bit of enthusiasm early in the second half. Bradley. Awkward kick there from Rutley. No prior opportunity, and we'll have a bounce. Pakenham 8-7-55, lead Yarra Junction 2-2-14. Warburton with a big second quarter 7-4-46 over Alexandra 3-2-20. Belgrave 9-13-67 to Powelltown 2-2-14, and Seville 8-5-53 over Yea 6 behind. Yarra Glen with the bye there. Loading kick towards the wing rate, clipped over the shoulder, and probably the unrealistic attempt on the mark as well. So, free kick's actually gone to Senior. It looked like, to our eye anyway, that it might have gone the other way. Chipping ball to half forward is okay. Finds Rouse. Short again, had 2 options. Finds Amarant, front edge of the centre square. Now, can they get the next one here? Barclay's over the back. If the ball sits, it doesn't. The other live match in this division is probably expected to be a relatively straightforward one for Mount Evelyn, and proving such. 10-5-65, Emerald 2-8-20. Good contest inside 50. Healesville just cannot break through though and find targets. Burley goes up towards the wing position where the mark is taken by Spencer. Opens up the corridor here to Beecroft, who got them off to a flyer. They can almost just walk this into an open goal. Brown, if it sits, he's got an option over the top about 15 metres out. Mark will be taken, and they should be able to go back here via Ross and kick the first of the second half. Close range, just pushes it across the face, trying to work it back on the breeze. And one behind. 10-2 plays 1-2. Margin sits at 54 points. Back pocket. So long ball gets over the back. Thornton receives the hand pass towards Beecroft, then down the line. And the umpire somehow has again paid insufficient intent for that. Mendes short to Donkin. Donkin back to Murphy. Murphy there to Murray, adjusted enough to have the mark paid. Living dangerously though, trying to clear this out of defence. Dobbin goes towards a one-on-one, almost the diving mark taken there by Wirtz, who did a good job. Get across into the front position, couldn't quite hang on. 5 minutes, third term. Fed over the back there by Rutherford. Beecroft steps through, gets onto the left, tumbles it inside 50. Becomes a race. If it sits, they can go into the open goal. Evans there, got a couple of options if it sits. It just doesn't want to. They might get the goal anyway. It was thrown just as Hatherley got boot to ball. Ross penalised there for incorrect disposal effectively. Daly. Finds Bradley on a long lead. So they're called back on the mark. Amarant had to compete against a couple, and it's been that sort of a day. Knocked away for a throw-in. Advantage paid. Rutley storms it forward. Rouse, who's kicked one already. Can he get some room here? Keeps the ball alive. That would be a brilliant goal, and it is. That is a gem. Almost reluctantly took the advantage there, Rutley. It was almost at the urging of his teammate Plaza, who got the free kick, saying go. Go he did. And finished superbly. 2-2-14 to 10-2-62. They draw first blood in the second half. Quick work forward. Mark taken here by Rosetto. Finding a target in Bates. Bates into the pocket. Again, this was the target. That's probably a throw. Umpire letting that one go. Slays the tackle, trying to go in after it again. Having kicked a couple of goals, gets it out towards Rutley, quickly onto the boot. Bounces back into the square. Barclay fighting against a couple. Shepherd picks it up. Tumbling kick out towards Brown, who climbs high, takes a really good mark. Third in line, had the sit. Floating kick down towards, even on the wing. Couldn't take the mark. Tracking back after it, soccers it off the grounds. Hatherley keeps pushing hard there after Daly, and it's over for a throw-in. Amarant dispossessed and holding the ball. Off to Brown. Brown long kick towards the square. One-on-one's there, quick snap and through for another one. Houston gets his second. 9.5 minutes in, they square this quarter away at a goal apiece. 11-2-68, plays 2-2-14. So in the middle, a quick give out here taken by Bradley from Rutley. Kicks it very high in the air, goes nowhere in particular. Spencer marked it in a bit of space. Off hands, little dribbly kick down towards the top of the square. Croft was there, it was almost booted into the face of the player coming out there in Dobbin. Monbulk can reload one more time. Brown, been such a good player. They've got two options in space if it sits. Rake, hand pass was a little ill-directed. Burley tracking after it, but Rutley gets there first. Nice kick into the middle. Barclay open forward line ahead. Spearing, low darting kick towards Warren. Couldn't hold on to the mark. Quick kick across goal. Lind will wait for the bounce. Short ball down Pengelly. Held after disposing of it. Free kick will come back to him. On the lead, good mark. Rutherford. Front and centre was good. They can almost walk this in. They go over the top to Houston. Hatherley instead shoots towards goal and kicks it himself. Well, he kicked his second about 5 minutes ago, but was disallowed due to a throw coming in his direction. He gets his second this time. And the margin hits an even 10 goals. 12-2-74. Plays 2-2-14. Barclay leaves that for Rouse, and in the end, even who's the one who flashes through. Houston couldn't take it, but forward go Monbulk again. They've got options short and long. They kick towards a one-on-one about 20 metres from goal. Brown, front and centre, kick smothered. Good pressure. Nice work there from Donkin to ensure that that little danger moment passes by without incident. Right work by Wentworth. Just got the hand pass away. Head down there was Ross. Went without it. Comes out to Mendy. Hasn't been their worst by any means. Chipping ball looking for Abels, and it's knocked away. And goes over for a throw-in. Doing everything right at the moment. Van Wright, kick partially smothered. Beecroft keeps it alive. Hand pass down the line is all right towards Banks. Works it towards half forward. Turns himself into some traffic. Sikorsky couldn't Let's go Rouse towards Barclay. Kick smothered. Still on the edge of 50. Monbulk, weight of numbers again. Chipping into the middle. Wentworth, one hand to it. Couldn't take the mark. Dobbins, hand pass knocked down. Quick kick forward. They've got numbers back. Senior gets it off towards Murray. Murray short to Van Reed. Down the line, that's cut off by Hewson, who has a couple of goals to his name. Shepherd. Back in Hewson's direction. Rouse feeds it over the top. Towards attacking 50. Long ranging left foot kick up towards the wing. No mark taken. Important little 50-50 to be won. Healesville take possession. A little bit of a bounce there from Daly. Goes at a long left foot kick to the top of the square. It's punched away and over for a throw in the left forward pocket. Taken out of the ruck, fed back towards Frazzetto. Left foot low kick. Shepherd takes another intercept mark. Probably half a dozen of those for him in the game. Long up towards the wing. Hatherley couldn't take the mark. Ross is there. Gets it over the top. Snapping ball heaving, traps it. Long ball, one-on-ones, inside 50. Smith up against Daly. Daly keeps it in front of himself. Smith keeps pressuring. Daly gets the result and finds its way to the boundary. So about 45 metres from their goal, fed back by Ross. It lands in the corridor. They can potentially set up again. Lindy just overran it a little bit. Was able to get back over the top of it. Umpire will call for a stoppage. Just the Monbulk attacking side of the centre circle. Van Reet tried hard all day. Rutley didn't get a particularly kind bounce. It can be mopped up again as it comes out towards Brown. They've got some hard runners further afield. It's a teammate. They'll pop it over the top. Sweeps it by hand. Back to Lynch, centering kicks. A good one of the mark is taken. Just finding options everywhere at the moment. And Thornton, who kicked 2 goals in a minute in the second term, can line up for a third. Kicks well. Leading goal kicker on the ground now at the 18-minute mark of the term. He's got 3. His team has 3 in the quarter, 3 goals to 1. 13-2-80 plays 2-2-14. $66-point game. A terrific performance from Monbulk. We're about to walk into the top 4 as a result of this performance. Kick smothered. Croft was there. In fact, it was Wentworth trying to get the ball out of that. Hurried snap forward. No mark taken. Coming out at it there from Savoury. Good hands from Rutley, who's been another to work hard. Mendy should mark it and does. A couple of those players involved there have been amongst their best. Certainly Mendy, Rutley, Rouse, you'd probably throw in Bradley, and certainly Van Wright have been some of their hardest workers through this game. So right behind the kick, deliver from 30 metres Slight angle. And guides it through. Their second of the term. Third of the game. And they close the gap. Nearly 20 minutes in the third term. 3-1 to 2 straight in this quarter. Just getting their hand pass away. Rake with another clearance, thumps that about 60 metres down towards the top of the square. Lovely steal there from Beecroft, who kicks a beauty. Second goal. And kicked one in the first term. Their second goal of the game, I believe, and then gets another one here. 14-2-86, plays 3-2-21. So 86 plays 20. Getting the ball out of the middle there. There's Bradley down towards the half-forward flank. Kept alive there by Rutley, just didn't have the support. Thornton first on the scene. Concedes a fair bit of territory with that kick, but it worked out okay. Hines Lind, who goes with a big switch, shows a bit of it to Van Ryder, couldn't quite haul in the mark, lost his footing, which gives Monbulk the chance to take this ball away. Drifts over the back, Murray. Left it behind, Ross. Upended and brought to ground in that tackle. Bradley tries to extract it. Amarant involved, left foot kick down towards Barclay, goes through that contest. Coming out at it was Rutley. The hand pass back, good pressure. Nice work diving across there from Donkin to get a fist on that and just keep the ball moving forward. Thornton, hand pass looking for Banks, tied up. And a bounce at centre half forward. 22 minutes as it have elapsed. Van Wright picks it up quickly onto the boot. Lands about 45 metres out. Spike down. Running straight into a tackle. There is Rutley. Certainly finding a lot of the ball, particularly in this third term. Thornton just works through traffic. Banks on the dive, takes the mark. Gets it off towards Even, goes to half forward. Good strong lead from Rutherford, lovely kick too. Into the pocket. Hatherley used the body well. Beecroft gets a hand pass over the top. Didn't quite work out. Still in the contest, Van Ryde at full stretch takes the mark. Drives it up the middle of the ground, not particularly well. Wentworth jumped in the tackle, probably pushed in the back. The umpire allows that one through. .23.5 minutes. And right, caught in a tackle. Snapping down towards the pocket. Trapped well there by Rutherford. Tried to break the tackle, unsuccessful. And holding the ball. Dobbin gets the free kick. Advantage is taken out towards Daly, interfered with, according to the umpire. Climbing high, great mark. Even. Umpire deems that wasn't a required distance. Long ball down towards a one-on-one there from Rutherford, knocked away from him. And it goes over. Or another stoppage. Kept alive there. Sikorsky feeds the hand pass through. They link up well. Daly kicks towards open space at centre half forward. Nice bounce there. Gives Warren an opportunity. Turns onto the right. Drives it long towards an open goal. It bounces on for his third behind. 3-3-21. He's kicked all three of their minor scores. It's a 14-2-86, 65-point game. 25 and a half gone in the third term. Beecroft climbing high, couldn't hold on to the mark. So this term, 4 goals straight, or 4 goals won rather, to 2 goals won. Shepherd. Beecroft trying to get the hand pass away. Handball into the middle, comes over the top, Thornton, quick give, a clever little knock on, and it's held up in the middle of the ground. We'll have a ball up just forward of the wing. Monbulk's attacking end, 65 points is their advantage. Nice work by Senior, trying to get it into the middle of the ground there for Sikorsky. Nothing doing, taken there by Beecroft, goes to the pocket, lovely kick. And Hatherley will kick after the siren for his third goal. He's been a very influential forward, had a hand in a couple of scores as well. Good looking kick just away to the left-hand side. And one behind only to finish another strong quarter of football on the home side, who take a 66-point lead into three-quarter time. 14-3-87 plays 3-3-21 at the final change. Rattling through the goal kickers. 3 to Thornton, 2 each to Hewson, Beecroft and Hatherley, singles to Heaven, Brown, Burley, Rutherford and Reagan. For Healesville, 2 to Rouse and 1 to Mende. 14-3-87 to 3-3-21 with 1 quarter to play. It is Monbulk who are about to jump into the top 4. 3 points up on Powertown and 67 points up on Yay. So, and 75 points is Pakenham's lead at the last call or last notice there. So we're getting the last quarter underway. Pulled out of the middle there by Hewson, goes to half forward and finds Hatherley. Had that shot late in the quarter that just went astray. 2 goals, 1, probably 15 odd touches his efforts. Beecroft spilling the mark in the pocket. Tracking after it, lays a tackle, and doing a little bit disappointed in himself for not holding on to that one, but he's had a very good day, has Beecroft. Rutherford trying to guide the tap down. Interesting one for the umpire to interpret there. That collision, Wentworth has his kick smothered in the pocket and goes over for a throw-in. Down towards the pocket. Nothing doing. We'll have another stoppage. Taken here by Ross, snaps it back. Wentworth has it knocked away from him and over for another throw-in. Healesville trying to get boot to ball unsuccessfully. Almost a drop kick on Senior there as he tried to escape. And another early shot at goal. Kicked the first goal of every term. Monbulk, not surprisingly. And this is Ross, who had a shot early in the third that missed. Gets reward for some good forward pressure there, and another opportunity for him in front of goal. Not an easy kick. Delivers from about 45, makes pretty good contact and hits the post. Second behind out of their score of 14-4. Margin at 67 points. Very quickly back into their work, launching it deep into the pocket. They get an opportunity to Hatherley on a slight angle. Nothing that should hurt him too much. Close enough to secure a third goal. They've just been relentless for the defence of Healesville. Under siege, no relief. For goal number 3, close range. Not the great side for the right footer and misses it near side. 2 goals, 2. 14-5, plays 3-3. Short ball straight back into play, Amaranth. Risky kick. Mende, who kicked the goal in the third term, takes the mark in a similar spot, but in the back pocket this time. Goes down the line, too much on the kick. Kept alive, only for the moment. That's been launched well over the playground and very much out on the full. Amaranth to take the kick once the ball is returned. And right, the target goes through his hands, pushed in the back. Not a stack in it, but definitely there. Been a long, long way short of their worst. He's had a pretty solid afternoon. Kicks that to the edge of 50. Easy mark there for Savoury. Gets it off towards Brown. Chips into the middle to Thornton. Goes straight through his hands, but opens the door for Rake in the middle of the ground. Rides the bump, just gets boot to ball. Play on's the call. Hurried snap there from Daly. Savoury strong again. Gets rid of his opponent. Mende took a while to pick it up. Didn't have any support in the end and caught holding it. Just got caught in 2 minds. Chipped over the top. Brown will go towards the top of the square. Hatherley. And the umpire says we'll have a bounce about 20 metres from the Monbulk goal as they search for another. A good percentage booster here as well. Of course, the draw in their fixture, the draw rather in the Healesville fixture cancels that out a little bit in terms of what they're competing against, but with pressure that they could potentially put on the likes of Warri Alec or fight off any late chasers like a Mount Evelyn, for example. Out to Amaranth. Rutley took on the tackler, threw it away. Great pressure from Griffiths. The top. Oh, and a little bit casual there. The take was Beecroft. Squeezes the kick inside. Flying snap towards goal is pretty good there from Burley. Used the breeze perfectly to swing that back and kicks his second. 15-5, plays 3-3. Another clearance. Worth kicks it to a Healesville player, is about 20 metres in the clear. Amaranth goes to Mende. Brown, nice knockdown. Bradley to Van Wright, quickly on the boot, but again, no one at home. Savory can mark easily. And Rappel for them goes down the line. And Bradley has it just inside field of play on the social club side of the ground. Van Wright short, not 15, but he can play on in a bit of space, drive them to 40 metres from goal, getting a good run at it and taking the mark. Just a little bit ginger on landing there. It gives them a chance just to settle things down and have a shot. Barclay landing a bit awkwardly on that right boot. Push back and have a crack from the edge of 50. Not a bad looking kick, just away to the right hand side and one behind. 3-4-22, plays 15-5, 95, 73 points is the margin. Quick kick Mende, couldn't quite haul in the mark. Shepherd, no intercept this time. Savory had some support, copped a high tackle. They decided not to take the advantage. Well weighted kick. Rake takes the mark, holds it up. Short kick, and that's very nearly 50-metre penalty. Jack Howard Pengelly. Back to Savory. Options on the wing. Short to Rake, who takes the mark. Gets the hand pass off again with a little 1-2. Good kick into the middle. Mark taken. Aycroft feeds the hand pass off. Inside 50 to Brown, who's had an excellent game. Probably the best player on the ground. And can line up for goal. From 35 metres out, slight angle, starts it right, holds the line and one behind. 1 goal, 2 for Brown today. 15 goals, 696. Plays 3-4-22. It's 2 behinds to Brown, 2 to Hadley, 2 to Ross. So 6 behinds coming from 3 players. We've spread the goals around with 9 individuals on the sheet so far today. Climbing high there was Lind, couldn't mark it, but they've got a 2-on-1. Griffiths hand pass back towards him. They'll feed it through Wentworth. Low darting kick inside. Great work there from Hadley, or from Beecroft rather, to get to the front and bring it down. Support was with Healesville though. Murray guides that kick out. Taken here by Barclay. Underground hand pass. Sikorsky was there. It's going to be a free kick. Umpire putting the arm out both ways. But it is a Monbulk ball. They chip it and find Savoury, who's got Brown out here. Probably had upwards of 30 possessions, it's fair to say. Punched towards the boundary and thrown back in. Some tired bodies, I think, at this stage. 12.5 minutes last term, so probably 15 minutes left in the game. Spencer trying to work through the congestion, a little bit of a push and shove. Clearance here comes the way of Healesville Senior, back towards Van Wright, back to Senior. And a punch, looking for Mende there, that was clearly a fumble. This calls for deliberate, he was trying to punch that too. Mende just came off the outside of the fist. That would have been a little bit harsh. Unless he's extremely good at disguising it. That looked like a miss-hit. Barclay spins through traffic. Gets it off towards Bradley, who's upended immediately. Van Wright down towards half forward. Great work there by Shepherd. Trapped it with his boot and then followed it up well. Brown, good kick. Taken here by Even, who's had a very good game. He's got a number of options inside 50. He's got Hatherley and Beecroft pushing back towards the square. The man on the mark is 55 from home. Sets it up, it'll land right in the middle of the goal square, off hands and a behind. 15-7-97, plays 3-4-22. Short ball finds Murray. Murray goes across defensive 50. Daly short again, finds Frazzetto. In the corridor, it's Brandon Murphy in the true centre-half back position. Across to Van Wright again. Probably had it 25 times. Goes to Donkin, but puts too much on the kick. And it's out of bounds on the full. Into Brown. Pulls the kick to centre-half forward, goes through the fingers there of Hewson, who has 2 goals to his name. Driven forward there, no free kick, said the umpire, deeming that they turned the tackle, so Ross... It's up from the bottom of that. Out towards Donkin. Gathers, couldn't break the tackle, got some support. Warren. Running through there is Mende, just getting the hand pass away. Warren goes back again and this time runs out of luck and it's holding the ball. Spencer got plenty of options in the middle of the ground. Finds Thornton, who's got a player in loads of space, who had Pengelly. Towards Hatherley. Steering kick towards Beecroft in the pocket. Off hands and over for a throw-in. Bouncing ball into the centre half back position. Sikorsky. Let's work back a little dangerously there. Houston lays the tackle. Taken there by Houston, who slams it through from close range. Sharked it off the ruck contest. Kicks his third goal. Kicked one in the first, one in the third, and now one here in the last. 16-7, 103 to 3-4-22. 81-point advantage. Joins Thornton as the major goal scorer on the ground with 3. Burley, Hatherley and also Rouse for Healesville have 2. 2 goals, 4 to 1 behind in the final term so far. Taking possession there is Barclay. Looked a little sore a few moments ago, but is okay now. Warren wobbles it down towards half forward. Bates couldn't quite control it. Sock it out towards the boundary. That'll be an interesting one. The umpire who will deem that was insufficient intent. They have paid a few of those today. Rutley takes the mark at full stretch. Savoury couldn't hang on. Warren spun over the boundary line. So the ball tossed back in. Front and centre there from Sikorsky. A little dribbly kick taken once again by Shepherd. They combine well. Hatherley was the target, had too much on it. Murphy takes the mark. Switches to Van Wright at centre half back. Quick give off towards Donkin. Out to the opposite wing. Nice little half volley trap there from Senior at his toes. Good delivery to Barclay, just forward of the wing. Chips to centre half forward to, this time, Tyler Barclay. Shepherd. Wentworth. Forced to concede territory. Awkward kick for Savoury. Savoury will go again to Shepherd, who's had a very good game. Option in the middle of the ground. And that option is Spencer. Hitting the time on period in the term. Chipping ball finds its way towards, even it goes towards Ross. Ross dispossessed. Nice work there from Houston. And pass down towards the goal square. Hatherley has it knocked away from him and over for a rush behind. 16-8, 104, plays 3-4-22. Short kick is okay towards Mende. They're working towards Van Wright. Goes underneath the scoreboard. Kicks a little bit too much on it there for Munn. Savoury. That was a very hot hand pass. Can go back after it and get it. That was a little bit untidy. And Healesville do pretty well to lock that one in. Shared well, Daly. So they've got it back towards the wing, but maintaining possession. Good contest in from the side there from feet. They'll spear the low ball effectively. The foot on the far side. So Banks goes down the line, well trapped by Hatherley. Still controlling it. The middle of the ground, just a bit of fatigue setting in. Thornton, nice little knockdown. But out here towards Shepherd, taking a lot of marks. Sweeps the hand pass over the top. Brown can run towards 50 and just about have a ping here. Loads up, starts right, doesn't draw back enough. Has 1 goal, 3 on the day. 16-9, 105 to 3-4, 22. Risky ball up the middle, but Munn made it good. Out towards Bates. Holds onto it well. Just inside the boundary. Kick into the corridor. Mende couldn't take the mark. Barclay took it off hands. Open forward line. It becomes a foot race. They do have a player coming in from the side. It'll sit up though for Brown. Gets onto the left. Hooks the kick around towards half-back. Ball kept in play, Rutley. Been a nice game from him. Chips it inside 50. That was well done. And they can get a shot at goal here. Been close to their best. There's Bailey Rutley. Sikorsky to kick from about 48 metres. Not a bad looking kick, and he's got it there. So a nice finish, 23.5 into the last term. Gets their first goal of the last quarter, their 4th of the game. Cuts the margin back to 77, 4-4-28 to 16-9 at 105. Jones going up in the ruck. And we'll have another bounce here. 24 minutes into the last. So Sikorsky having a bit of a run on the ball, having kicked that last goal for Healesville. Kick on the outside of the boot there from Burley. Swept forward. Wentworth towards Brown. Another possession for him. Pulls the kick and they find a target. 40 metres out. Slight angle. And a chance for what could be the last score conceivably of the afternoon. It definitely will be now. 16-9 to 4-4. So the margin's either going to be 77, 78 or 83. The final act of the afternoon. It's been a strong performance from the home side. And the kick is just fading left, but once it had crossed the line, and it is a goal. Terrific way to finish. They kicked their 17th. It's their 10th individual goal scorer. 17-9, 111 to 4-4-28. An 83-point victory. And with that, Monbulk, who started the round in 5th, jump ahead of Healesville into the 4. Percentage gets a healthy boost as well. It was 107 coming in. You can gain 8 or 9 on that, pushing them right up now. And given the form line of the two sides, 3 wins in a row for Monbulk. Healesville tracking in the other direction. Monbulk would be delighted with the progress and the timing of their run this season as they enter the top 4. Goals to Houston, who kicked 3, Thornton 3, Beecroft, Burley, Hatherley with 2. Even Brown, Rutherford and Rake with 1 for Healesville, 2 to Rouse, 1 to Mendy and 1 to Sikorsky, who kicked their final goal. Strong performance from the home side amongst their better players. Certainly Brown, certainly Beecroft, Savoury, Shepherd most definitely, Burley. Then you would throw in the likes of Rutherford and probably Rake as well. For Healesville, Van Reet, Bradley. You would also suggest the likes of Amarant and Mende and probably Senior amongst their better contributors on the afternoon. Monbulk 17-9, 111. Healesville 4-4-28. A big thank you to our game day sponsors for their support. Of course, Healesville Greyhounds, Pettis Suspension and Brakes, Rochford Winery, Project Gap, MS Security, SSA Sports and Bendigo Bank. But signing off on an 83-point win to Monbulk, who jump into the top 4.